shortly before the Bushwhackers arrive here, probably the best tag team in the world by a lot of accounts arrives, and that's Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, who are coming in as the Brainbusters. Man, they had enjoyed crazy, crazy success as members of the Four Horsemen, and now they're here in the WWF, and they're not allowed to use their Four Horsemen gimmick that they got over. So now they're, part of Heenan's stable. Did you get a lot of time with those guys?
Are not a whole bunch, but Tully, yeah, quite a bit. Because when I left Pensacola, where I was having a good time, Panama City, I went to San Antonio. Joe Blanchard was running the San Antonio Southwest Championship Wrestling, and so that's where I became Hacksaw. And so my first month or so there, Tully let me stay with him at his house until I got situated and stuff. And I got to know Tully. Put him, it was a beautiful house, and I had an old beat up piece of shit car. And I know he got hot about me parking out in front of it, but anyway, Tully, excuse me, buys this brand new white on blue Cadillac Brougham, the big stretch, huge Brougham, So to set the stage, me, a bunch of the boys are out at a strip joint partying like a week earlier. There's a little action at the strip joint. In the strip joint, Manny Fernandez, who's on but his friends was Buzz Sawyer, Matt Bourne, you know what I mean? So Manny Fernandez, boom, he clipped one of the strippers and all the action down. She went, right? So everything smooches off. So now it's like a week or two later, we're all in Tully's, we're out partying, in Tully's new big Cadillac. We go to Denny's, we're having breakfast. As we're leaving, the strippers in there with all her friends. And she looks, she goes, "There's that guy that punched me." So her boyfriend's like, "Where?" Right there. So boom, he grabs a steak knife off the table. Oh, no. He walks out and goes, "Hey, you!" Boom, 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 boom. He plugs Manny 4 or 5 times, pretty good with a steak knife.
Oh my God.
So now Manny's squirting pretty good. He's leaning up against the Cadillac. Manny's squirting. He goes, "Get me to the hospital. Get me to the hospital." Tully's like, "The ambulance is on the way." The ambulance will be right here. Just take me to the hospital.
I've only ever met Tully once. I didn't really get a ton of interaction with him, but based on what I've heard about him, that sounds like pretty much how that would go.
And little been known, go way back. Tully, I met on a recruiting trip. He was at a quarterback at SMU, Southern Methodist, when I went there on a recruiting trip. And I met him. I didn't remember. He remembered me, but he transferred out by the time I went there. But yeah, he remembered me because it was my first time on the airplane. I flew from Albany to Dallas, Texas, and I always wore a sport coat and tie. I was a straight kid. I went to a Catholic school and everything. So on the airplane, I took my tie off and, relaxed. And now we're landing in Dallas. I put my tie off. And so the coach is there, and he's got Tully and another couple guys to meet me to show me the university. So they're all kind of looking at me kind of weird. I'm like, what the fuck, And they show me all around. And I go back to the hotel to check out. I put my tie over my collar. Like this, all night I've been walking around with a tie over one side of my collar. So, yeah, Tully remembered me for sure.
So
but that's when I first met him, and then he did let me stay with him in San Antonio for a little while. And
wow, so you knew him before you ever even thought of becoming a wrestler.
Pardon?
You had known Tully before you ever even considered becoming a wrestler.
Yes, but I didn't really know him. I had met him.
Been around him, yeah. That's really cool.
And I didn't. He reminded me of meeting him when I went to San Antonio.
Yeah, it's funny. He's one of those guys. Like Arn and Tully were buddies, obviously, because they worked together. But Arn always said, like, we played heels on TV. He was like, but Tully was a heel for real, meaning like he would like. Apparently, he had a high opinion of himself. According,
but I believe Tully now is reborn and everything.
Yes, different man today.
Yeah, a lot of guys do that reborn deal, right? Wipe the slate, everything.
All that stuff I did, forget it.
Yeah, that don't count.
Well,
But yeah, but no, Tully and Arn, that's Ted, Terry Taylor, that kind of not me, Dr. Death, Terry Gordy,
different groups of
different group,
guys.
different group.
Well,
Good guys. I get along with them. Yeah, and it's always good to see Arn. I don't see Tully much, but I see Arn every once in a while at a convention or something.
I know that Arn on his podcast has nothing but great things to say about you as well, and talks about just what a genuinely nice but very tough man you are. So that's what everybody has to say.